Good day, beautiful people. Hope you're all doing well. It is Saturday, September 11th, 2021, baby. We're doing it. And today, for the Patreon edition, we're gonna go ahead and go for a little walk, man. Lady, put on your shoes. I'm just gonna make sure this is getting properly framed. Bear with me a few seconds. All right. Almost. Boom, cool beansies. Let's do this. We're gonna go for a walk today. Let's do it. Beautiful weather outside. Got my coffee right here. Sip to you guys. Might probably be a workout too, you know what I mean? Have a little bit of fun. You and I. Hope you're all doing well. This is the Patreon edition. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. I don't know how this is all gonna look later on video, but that's the thing. We experiment, we learn. We're gonna go for a walk today. Let's go on a trip together. I'll take you through some scenic views of Toronto. Hang out with the good people. Spend a little bit of time inside this beautiful park, and then get out there on the city streets. Hang out with the people a little bit and call it a day. You feel me? Have ourselves a good old time, man. What a beautiful day. And this is the thing, you know, a lot of times people think that they gotta do crazy drastic things to get that exercise, right? They're always thinking like, man, I gotta be doing a whole lot of crazy stuff. I gotta bench X amount of pounds, you know, I gotta squatty 2,000 kilograms or 5,000 pounds, and you know, just bust out an intestine just to prove, you know, did I do the healthy? You don't gotta deal with the hernia, my man or my lady, but also, hey man, do it up. I'm just saying, you don't need much. All you need is like literally 20 to 30 minutes of a solid walk, and you got yourself a bing, bang, boom, solid exercise regimen. And it doesn't really take much. Just stepping one step at a time. And that's the thing. You want to make it a little bit difficult? You grab a little dumbbell with you. Grab even a little water bottle with you. Carry that bad boy around. But then again, it doesn't really matter as long as you get out there and do something. We're always talking about, you know, what can you do to prevent disease? Well, we're not even talking about that. What am I talking about? The mainstream media doesn't talk about it, but you and I will talk about it, because the best way to be, like, you know, be ahead of the ball game, be ahead of that, you know, curveball, which is life, is to remain healthy on a regular. Now, mind you, I'm not the, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the expert in any field by any stretch of the imagination. All I know is that moderation and a little bit of this and a little bit of that goes a long fucking way. You feel me? Man, oh man. Beautiful day. And I'm gonna have to, you know, we're experimenting. Right now I'm carrying the camera with my left hand and carrying my mug with my right. At some point we may have to pull the old switcheroo, switch it up, because it might get, you know, might get heavy on one side. And again, you want to exercise symmetrically so you don't end up being lopsided or something, dude. You feel me? You don't want to be walking around lopsided. You don't want to have one strong, you know, that's the thing. If you're like a pitcher or like a, you know, if you're that quarterback, you know what I'm talking about, because that's the thing. You need to spread the exercise regimen, whatever it is. You need to create balance is what I'm trying to tell you, dude. Lady, look at this beautiful space provided for us by yours truly, Mother Nature. Give it up for Mother Nature, everyone. She's fucking awesome. Alright, time to pull the old switcheroo. Okay, let's switch the hands. Just cause, you know, wasn't really expecting to do this. Kind of happened spontaneously, but that's the thing. Sometimes the best things or the spontaneous things in life. You know, you just grab life by the surprise. The next thing you know, you're having yourself a grand old adventure, baby. Because what do we like around here? We like adventures. We like a little bit of risk. But after all, life is beautiful with a little bit of risk, dude. You don't want to be living a riskless life. A riskless life is boring. It's robotic. You know? Do it up. I hope you guys are liking this view. Not of my face, of course, but what's behind me and around me. Man, that's the thing. You'll go on a different path, you know, full of ups and downs, hills and valleys. Get that solid cardio going. Man, gotta be careful though where you step, especially if you're carrying something and recording yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell myself right now. Don't be falling and trip, although it pretty much will be the highlight of the video if I trip and fall, dude. Everything go, you know, I break something, break an arm, break a leg. Whenever you're shooting something, you know, and this is just, I've heard it in the periphery. In the business, they say break a leg. We don't want to, you know, necessarily do that because, again, it'll be pretty funny, not gonna lie to you guys, but I don't want to break a leg while, you know, going on location. Maybe another time. You know, maybe we can, if I can get that access to that, you know, octopus DNA, start regenerating on the spot, bro, then maybe that's a different ball game. You know, 'cause I'll break a leg if I'm gonna regenerate, you know? I'll do it, dude, I'll do it for you guys. Straight up. Love all you guys. Look at this. Look at this. What a magical place to be living. I'm so appreciative and grateful of these little things that make the big things. This is actually one of my favorite spots to come and take a hike. And, you know, we're about 8 to 12 kilometers away from Lakeshore. All right. That's Lakeshore in downtown Toronto. This beautiful forest actually connects all the way downtown. It weaves through the city. It changes names, goes east, goes a little bit west, and the next thing you know, boom, 12K later, you're downtown by Lakeshore. Mind you, that's a few hours of a solid walk. All right, that's a solid few hours. You're looking at maybe, you'll be zigzagging a little bit if you're going through the forest, dude. Sometimes there's bits that disconnect and you'll have to, you know, jaywalk through a little tiny street here and there, and then it'll connect to the next part of the forest, the jungle or the fungal. It'll become a new park, interconnected parks. And it's amazing because all these trees are interconnected through their roots and they communicate to each other, sending messages, talking, chit-chatting by the vibrations. You feel me, dude? What's going on over there in that corner? The wind's starting to pick up. Careful. Hold on to your leaves, fellas, ladies, is what they'll say to each other. But that's the thing. It's inevitable. It'll happen. Changing of the seasons. You feel me? And we're at that point where we're changing seasons. You know? In about 10, 11 days, it'll be autumn. Fall. Brand new chapter. New beginnings. Make sure not to step on anything that's a little bit gross. You feel me? You gotta be careful out there. You never know. Puddles here, puddles there, puddles everywhere. Man, I've actually not been down this path for quite some time, so that's why I found it kind of, you know, it felt like a good idea. Revisit an old path, see what's going on. Show you guys a little bit of my life, a little bit of, you know, the local areas. We're gonna cut upstairs right now and head onto the streets. And that's what it is. Whenever you want to take a break or you want to take a detour, you can very easily do that. And that's what I love about Toronto, man. Our parks, our greenery, our nature. Let's preserve it. And then, you know, I recommend everybody to go out there and enjoy it. Wherever you are too, I'm pretty sure you got access to nature. And again, it doesn't require much, because a lot of times, you know, people be talking and thinking, man, what do I got to do to get a little bit of activity? And it doesn't really take much. You don't even need equipment. If you got your feet on you, you're good to go. And you're like, man, I like a little bit of challenge. Go shoeless. Go shoeless, baby. You know? Oh, that uphill. Sweet uphill right now. Good stuff. Next time if we do this, note to self, I won't bring a backpack. The reason I'm wearing a backpack is because I got the tripod in there, you know, because you never know. I thought I might just, you know, stand and tell you guys a story, but I'm like, let's change it up. Let's change it up a little bit. And that's what we're doing. We're experimenting today. Pretty much every day we're experimenting. That's life, baby. You experiment. Still working on that uphill. Ah, uphills are the best. Beautiful day. We're sitting at like 21 degrees. It's room temperature outside. Doesn't get better than this. I say we keep it locked on 21, dude. Keep it locked on 21 room temp. I'm okay with this all throughout the year, as a matter of fact. But it is good to have, you know, again, changed good. Change it up. Change it down. Who's playing with the temperature? I don't know. Who turned the AC on? I'm cold. Oh, it's too hot for me. And that's people. You'll always find people complaining about some. It's too hot. It's too cold. I got room temperature for you all day. Every day. Man, oh man. Tell you what, the arms are actually kind of getting an exercise out of this bad boy too. Because again, normally I'd only have a mug in my hand if I'm walking by myself and not filming. That way you can do the old switcheroo, now feel it, you know, the weight's being distributed evenly throughout your body, passing left, right, look, trick shot in your mouth. I'm talking about coffee, of course. Now, you know, boom, just so you guys, I hope this is getting, you know, coffee mug right there. Not lying. Do we know each other? Yeah, we know each other, but that's beside the point. All right. Now we are gonna have to do some classic jaywalking, okay? We're gonna have to do some classic, you know, dodge the cars. Or, you know, maybe you've been wanting to become automated, or like, you know, you want to get mechanical. Merge with the car. Don't do it. It's good. It'll give us a few seconds to catch our breath from that uphill. I think we're good to go. Let's do it. Let's not get squished. Because it'll happen to the best of us, man. You never know. People be getting, the other day, just yesterday, speaking of getting squished, saw a couple of, you know, normally that's the thing, you see an animal, you like them to be alive. They're beautiful when animal, and like that's with people too, of course. Animals specifically, because they're like, when they're alive, they're super cute. Birds, butterflies, even a skunk, dude, a beautiful skunk. You know, that stinky skunk, is as much as it stinks when it's alive and afar, you see a cute one, maybe he's got his head stuck in a, you know, a Slurpee or something. He's trying to get that sugar. He's no different than you and I. He's got bills to pay. He's got to get that energy, get that caffeine and sucrose in that bod, and then get going. But it's so easy. They lose their cuteness the second that life just, you know, evaporates from their bodies, dude. And that's the thing. Yesterday I was just near my place and I saw 2 dead animals, and it's just like one after another. When you see one, so I'm not talking about roadkill, dude. Like, this is animals on the sidewalk. These are your urban animals. These are not your, because that's, first one was a mouse. I saw a dead mouse, not the dead mouse, just saw a dead mouse. It was just like, ugh, lifeless. Look at me, no life, just legs spread out, tongue out, just, the tail's like shape a zigzag form, it's zigzag, all the arms and legs are going in different directions, tongue's out, no life, eyes are shut. And normally if you see a cute little rodent, whether it's a mouse or a squirrel, whatever it is, little chipmunk, cute as F, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe they grabbed a little bit of that chestnut that fell off the tree. They're nibbling on that chestnut. You're like, you go get it. You get that chestnut. You get happy for that. And sometimes you'll catch yourself, walking around, and you'll be like, oh, what's that on the ground? And then all of a sudden, it goes 100 to 0 in terms of cuteness very quick, doesn't it? As soon as they're alive, you're like, cute, maybe a little bit unhygienic, maybe a little bit dirty, but cute. And then as soon as the life, just, that whatever it is that occupies all of us, right, life, as soon as their physical bodies are just left on the ground, you're like, oh, it's like a crime scene. You're asking questions. Was it a suicide or a homicide? What are we talking about here? What are the causes of death? I want to determine what this beautiful creature was consuming for the past 72 to 48 hours. You'll say stuff like that because you're the type that cares. The other animal that I saw, again, same day, within actually a few minutes, which made me get a little bit concerned. I'm like, what's going on? Should I be starting to connect dots again? I'm like, cool it, pal. Sometimes things just happen. All right. This was a beautiful bird, a yellow bird, Tweety bird, if you will. But again, same fashion. Arms and his hairy legs, just like going in every different direction. Again, beak half open, tongue out again. I'm like, man, what's going on? Could this be gang related? Is this like retaliation? Is it, oh shit, it's all coming to make sense now. Was it a birds versus mouses situation, And you got casualties on both sides, which is I think they might be in truce. If anything, right now they're in truce. Because everybody's been like, man. Everybody's talking. They're like, if you go out on the streets, make sure you're packing. Make sure you're heavy. If you're on the streets, make sure you're heavy, dude. There's heat coming from all sides. That's what they'll be talking about. Watch out. Homeboy just be flapping his wings one day. Next thing you know, arms, legs, beak half open, tongue out. No more life. Or it could just be total, that's the thing. What causes it? Birds, it's, could it have been a hit? Definitely. Could it have been a classic case of the cleanest window and I'm just gonna fly right through that living room scenario? Quite possibly. You never know. That's why it's important to ask questions. All right. And we're about to, you guys, how beautiful is this? We went through a lovely stroll in the neighborhood park, showed you guys a little bit of the part of Toronto that I wanted to share with you guys. Now we're gonna head onto the streets where the action is at, you feel me? Talking restaurants starting to open up. People are yawning, awakening from their slumber. Time to wake up, Canada. You've been snoozing far too long. It's the weekend, but it's Saturday, so let's wake up. Let's wake up and get out there and seize the day. Go on a trip, I recommend it. And time to switch the old camera again onto the other hand. Woo! You know, the palms are getting clammy, baby. The palms are getting clammy. You feel me? That's how I like my palms. A little bit of clam. A little bit of clammy palms, dude. That's how you know you're alive. With that sweat seeping through your dermis. Oh, we're on the streets now. We're rolling now. Oh, snap. What happened? Just little, 20 minutes ago, we were in the middle of the woods. You didn't even notice. Now we're on the streets. Killing it. Like killing life. Living life. Doing our best to live the life that we can to the fullest, but killing it. Loving life. And that's the thing. They say if you go out there and smile, the world will smile at you. And that's what we're doing. Well, I'm talking right now. I can't literally, I'll throw in half quarter of a smile every now and again, just because, But it's a nice saying. I do believe that's kind of true. It's all your attitude. Everything's your attitude. 100%. Because that's the thing. I'm a huge believer of magic, and I got a little something in my eye, dude. Anyways, total believer of magic. Total believer of the metaphysical realm. Total believer of synchronicity. Total believer in a lot of things. And also, I believe everything is mental. Like 99.99% of the time. Or at least, and we're just throwing numbers here. The stats are just numbers. Keep reminding yourself of that. Stats are just numbers. Numbers can be manipulated. But my point is that most of the things are psychosomatic. Psychosomatic, baby. Say with me, psychosomatic. Doing it. Look at this. What a beautiful day to be alive and kicking. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. This is yet again another So-So production. It is another Glad You Made It episode. We're changing, we're growing by the day. Like I said, we're a gang that's just snowballing, picking up steam, moving along, one day at a time, organically, the way we like it, grain-fed. That we're that grain-fed podcast. We're that grassroots. It doesn't get any closer to the grassroots than this. It's literally, we're on the ground, we're in the middle of the jungle, spreading the word. What word is it? The good word. Let me get a sip of this. So, if you're wondering, what do I gotta do to, maintain a little bit of a healthy lifestyle, go for a little bit of a walk. You don't even need to do much, dude. Or lady, dude. Go for a walk. It's the bestest. Guaranteed you'll love it. You'll feel all the good hormones being released in your bod. Ooh, good hormones. Who can't use some good hormones, dude? Get those endorphins going. All it takes is a, holy smokes, somebody literally, I don't know if this is getting recorded, but on the ground, smeared poo-poo. Smeared poo-poo on the ground. Smeared poo-poo on the ground, dudes. Ladies. Who did it? I want to know who did that. Nasty. Well, actually, not really. I don't want to know, dude, because I can't do anything about it. Probably somebody who's not fully there 100%. And what can I do about that? But I hope most people have got it together. Get it together, everybody, as much as you can. But have fun. Live life. And maybe that's just the case of an extreme IBS. I'm not judging you, but that's disgusting. Time to switch the hands. Oh man. Let's do this. Bueno. And this is how we do it, boys and girls. This is how we do it. You know, because everybody's like, oh, they're not giving me a chance, or create your own chances is what I say. Create your own stage. Create your own thing. I've always been a fan of that, creating your own thing, whether it's your own business, whether it's your own hobbies, whether it's your own, like, do something that makes it just for you, that you can carry on doing forever and ever and ever, as long as you like it, as long as you love it. And again, don't take my word for it, just a dude. But again, if you happen to like anything that you've been viewing over the past, it's been more than a year now, just over a year, just a wee bit over a year. If you happen to like any of these videos, hit those like buttons, follow me on the grams. Go ahead, search Rob Sadri on the tubes. On the tubes. Where's he at? On the tubes. The YouTubes. Full-length videos every week. Bringing the heat. Look at these beautiful patios, dog. That's what I'm talking about. Get out there. Support your local businesses. Support each other. And, you know, support a little bit of freedom. You feel me? Because, like, freedom's like one of those things, if you're not careful, next thing you know, no freedom. And in Canada, we're getting close to the elections. Getting close to the elections. Less than what? It's on the 20th. Today's September 11th. Less than 10 days. 5 parties. I still don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I mean, they all kind of sound the same. And I'm trying to do my best to keep an open mind about it. It's my first time going out there and doing it. So, you know, I'm talking about voting, dog. Calm down. All right? Boys got that life experience. Look at this. Beautiful people in Toronto everywhere doing honking. Almost running each other over. Love it. Almost. That's the key word. Because if it was like a solid crash, then, well, again, maybe great for the ratings. Probably not good for the fella that got run over. But again, great for the ratings. So there's always a silver lining and a positive to everything. But yeah, 5 parties, partying around, going around town. Got the PPC, got the Conservatives, the Liberals, the Quebecois, the Greens. Who are you voting for? Doesn't matter. Who knows? Questions that we should be asking. When everyone supports the same thing, does it matter which way you vote? Maybe. I'm trying to convince myself that it's, hey, don't get it twisted, man. We're not changing. Yeah, change comes from within and like individuals. Going, the voting's just a small fraction and portion of this process that we like to call democracy, was it? But yeah, dudes, ladies, when everybody sounds the same, and then you and I are on the streets, you talk to everybody out there that are on the streets. Majority of level-headed, good people as Toronto, they're somewhere in the middle with things, right? You talk to your neighbors. Everybody, for the most part, is not in favor of the vaccine passports and the mandates. But you know, it's like the people speak, the politicians keep doing the same thing. But in the meanwhile, you go out there and stay healthy as much as you can and have a little bit of fun. You know, maybe politicians are low-key, you know, maybe they got hearing problems, and that's no, you know, that's not anything against, like, if you got a hearing problem, that's life. But all of them, again, asking questions. All right, baby, we're rocking and rolling. We're almost at Yonge and Eglinton. For those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't know, enjoy the view, because it's one of my favorite parts of the city. And You know, there's a comedy club right close to me as well, which I'd like to one day hopefully be able to be like, hey dudes, ladies, can I, you know, are you guys holding an open mic of sorts? Can I be somehow involved in this lovely process and the art and support you guys, and also do a little bit of learning myself? Yeah, and have fun and grow and support each other and just, you know, be a part of something that's wonderful. And that's it. We got one spot here, we got different spots everywhere. And your boy's gonna be knocking and calling, politely asking, inquiring within. Are you holding any available spots? Asking questions. And it's, you know, one day it'll be no, not yet. Next day it'll be almost. And who knows, maybe in a couple of months after it'll be no. What's going on here, you guys? Well, it's a soccer game. It's intense. It's the one team against the other. It's crazy. I think it was soccer at least. So it may have been rugby. But again, it was definitely one team against the other, and things were getting rowdy in there. But that's what I'm talking about. One day it'll be not yet. One day it'll be almost. And then a week later, it might even change and go, you know, it might just go back to not yet again. So what do? You wait a bit. You got to play the game of patience. And that's life. Game of patience. All right. No cars. Do a little bit of classic jaywalking. Do a little bit of classic, not really jaywalking, just going when the lights are not turned on for you. But we're risky like that. We'll sometimes cross the intersection when it's not, as long as you double check all sides, until, you know, until I don't even want to sometimes say some things, dude, because next thing you know, you say something and the next thing you know, it's just like, sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like human activities, individual activities are like little by little, but very rapidly at the same time, just being restricted. You don't sometimes even want to say something, dude, because you might say something, you might joke about it, next thing you know, it's happening. How'd it happen? We talked about it. Jeez, that was fast. You'll say that. You're like, I know. And that's again, that's the life we're living in. A beautiful life, full of surprises, full of beautiful things. Look at all this construction that we're doing, building for this generation to enjoy and the next generation to enjoy, but also like, let's get it going, but also let's like save the green spaces as well, but also like, good job everybody, you know, because that's, it all takes work and effort, and I can't do any of this stuff. So I got to be appreciative, and you got to be appreciative of too. And construction, you know, as annoying as it is sometimes, it's a sign of progress. Somebody's progress, baby. Man, I do hope that when we're building buildings, we preserve the older structures as well, you know, because sometimes it's so much easier to just like, you know, get a big wrecking machine with a wrecking ball, you know, classic wrecking machine with classic wrecking ball going through the building. And you're like, man, we could have preserved this. Kind of look beautiful, architecturally speaking. Where you're like, nah, knock it down. What I'd like to see is a preservation of some of the older buildings and incorporating them into the newer buildings. And that's life. That's the era that we're in. And you know, we've been talking about this sometime this week. What era are we in? We're caught up in between modernity and post-modernity, and a little bit of the old, little bit of the new, creating the new, heading into the new, baby. And it's sometimes, again, I'm a big believer of preserving the good, you know. Sure, it's time to, we're always in the middle of that refinement process, right? Whether it's individual or on societal levels, but it's good to, you know, you can't just like erase it all and be like, oh, let's just start from scratch, throwing out the babies with the bathwater. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta just be like, hold on there, is that a baby? And not throw the baby. Sometimes it's hella tempting to throw babies out the bathwater, dude. I mean, if you're gonna throw any person out of a bathwater, your best shot is a baby. Why? They're light, flexible, malleable, they got buoyancy, they'll bounce, and it'll, you know, it's easier to throw a baby than to throw a full-grown adult, is what I'm trying to tell you. But sometimes it's good to preserve the foundation, maybe, in some way. Sure, there's definitely some things that we could get rid of in the foundation as well, and I'm a big fan of just like looking at everything from every possible angle, which is, again, why we're doing this today. Getting a beautiful shot of Toronto, beautiful shot of the Torontonians, our beautiful, diverse, lovely city filled with amazing things to check out all the time. Restaurants, music scenes. You know, you wanna do whatever it is that you want to do. This is a city that gets at least 6 to 7 hours of solid sleep, which is why we can go out there and do it properly, unlike some other cities who just like non-stop go and get some sleep. New York or not, I don't know, do your thing. I'm just joking, bro. I love New York, but it's funny how you guys don't sleep. It's literally like the lights, turn off the lights at one point for an hour, turn off the lights for an hour, dude. It's okay, it'll still keep going. But I love you for being you. But that's the thing, here we're the city that will get that 6 to 8 hours solid sleep. Come in here, make good decisions for the most part. And this is the thing, man, we talk about, again, what can you do to improve your health? Get a little bit of walking, get a little bit of that solid snooze going, you know, get 6 to 8 hours of solid sleep, get up and just rock and roll through the day. Just slap your way through the day. Just, you know, go King Kong on that day, you feel me? Just go, you know, take the day, seize the day, and like just make the best of it. Because our days, as much as like it's beautiful, but it's both long and short, right? That's the thing I realized, like, and again, this is not a new realization, but I just realized, man, if I'm gonna, you know, I'm 31 turning 32, you know, the odds are out there that I'll live maybe twice as long as this is one, you know, maybe like, yeah, maybe twice as long. Maybe I'll be like 60, or maybe like 3 times as long. Maybe I'll be like 9. So that's the thing, I got maybe like 30, anywhere between 30 to 60 more springs, summers, autumns, and winters left in me. And that's for a lot of you guys. If you're watching this, enjoy life. Go out there and get it, because you never know. You'll hear people that'll just like, you know, not wake up tomorrow. What happened? Didn't wake up. Why? He loved that snooze button too much. What happened? He went a little overboard. Why didn't he wake up? He overdosed. She overdosed. Oh no. And you get like, and that's life. It saddens us, but it's a reminder that, again, whether it's through encounters with the tiny little beautiful creatures, whether it's that tiny beautiful little squirrel or that tiny beautiful little bird, or your aunt or your uncle or your friend who happens to just drop, bro. It's that reminder to everybody else out there to like enjoy life, is what I'm trying to tell you. Let me catch my breath for a second. That was a good solid rant there. We're walking and talking, baby. We're expanding the podcast. People are talking about it. They're like, what's that? It's another Glad You Made It episode. It's being shot and it's gonna be released on the same day. And this is, I guess, my way of hoping to be a little bit, you know, I'm trying to be that, because again, we're all pieces of this beautiful puzzle, and I'm just trying to fit in I'm just trying to find my little path doing it, right? Just like I'm turning myself around, baby. I got edges, I got corners, just like you. Trying to find my spot, do my thing, and be a part of life, and hopefully in some shape or form, you know, uplift you guys, uplift myself, uplift the neighborhood, dude. Just put, you know, raise the neighborhood a couple inches high. Yo, low-key, if the neighborhood can be raised, do it. If the entire neighborhood can be raised a couple of inches, who can't use everybody elevates at the same time. Maybe that's one way we can, you know, you got to think outside the box. How do we play this game on somewhat of an equal ground? Raise it 2 inches for everybody. Everybody gets 2 inches. Hold on, time to do the old switcheroo. Again, hands are getting clammy the way we like it. moving on. Hope you guys are enjoying the beautiful view. I am. Again, we spent 20 minutes in the woods. Right now we're in the middle of the streets. The patios are getting ready to bust out for that Saturday, I apologize, that Saturday edition, you know, of that good old eating and having a good time. Look, they put the tarps all over the tables, preserving them from potential showers. Again, why? Because Canadians, we get that 6 to 8 hours. We make good decisions most of the time, some of the time. And we're aware of the fact that Toronto weather, we're aware of the fact that Toronto weather can drastically change just within a few seconds. You know, we'll go from sunny everywhere and the next thing you know, it's like, what is that, a hailstorm? Yeah, dude, because that's our mother nature. It's wild. We're wild. These people you see on the streets of Toronto, wildest people you'll ever see in your life. What a beautiful day, you guys. Sending you all a lot of love, a lot of positive vibrations, a lot of good times, good energies. Sometimes I gotta time myself because there's a loud vehicle moving by and I'm afraid it might not get recorded. And this is again all an experiment. I hope this works out. I really do hope this works out, because if not, we just wasted 40 minutes. If you guys can't hear a damn thing that I'm saying because of the wind or the vehicles, damn. But that's, you live and learn. You'll live and learn. All right, we're gonna pull up to a corner because I do want to say a few closing words before we leave each other. But it's a little bit windy and gusty in this area. Just gotta, and that's life. Sometimes it'll get windy and gusty, you know? What's happening? I can't see. I'm getting dust in my eyes. Don't worry, everything's gonna be a-okay. Just keep on blinking. Get that, you know, and that'll give you a you know, that's kind of nice. If you get wind and dust in your eyes and all of a sudden you're shedding tears and everybody's like, why are you crying, dude? Is everything okay? You're like, don't worry about it. And you're letting out your feelings, but you can blame it on the dust. It's beautiful. The wind and the dust, great combo. If you want to let out a couple of tears, get outside, get a couple of dust particles in that eye socket. Next thing you know, you're letting out emotions. All right. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's been so much fun. As always, we've been walking for 40 minutes and I gotta walk another 40 minutes to get back and do the rest of the show, upload it. And this is a bit of Toronto. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Gotta catch my breath. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit those likes on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube by searching Rob Sadri. Go ahead and hit the link on the Patreon link, and we're doing additions, we're doing different things every week. We're gonna be dropping different stuff, I promise you. As always, stay safe, have fun, talk to y'all very soon. Peace out.